Hey, this is Bret the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What is going on, listeners? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, your one-stop shop for wrestling reviews and predictions and recaps and anything else that we can think about that we can drop some content on some wrestling. I am your host, Rob Roode, and I got my tag team partner, Kevin Crazy 316 tonight. Kevin, what's going on, man?
Chilling, man, chilling. I thought AEW Dynamite was fucking fire. I thought it was a really good show.
There was not one boring spot. There really wasn't. It was solid all the way through. It was definitely good. So yes, we are here to recap AEW's Dynamite tonight. But first, I do want to plug that you can find us on Stitcher, you can find us on Spotify, you can find us on Podbean, you can find us on iTunes Music, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us anywhere you can find podcasts, because we want to be heard and we want to educate your ears on some recaps on what happened. We are featured on Wrestling News World. We are the only recap show on Wrestling News World. Shout to them guys for featuring us. That website is amazing. If you haven't checked them out, WrestlingNewsWorld.com. Check them out. Speaking of Wrestling News World, guys, July 11th, Synergy Pro Wrestling and Wrestling News World are putting together a pay-per-view. This pay-per-view is only $12.99, and it's going to be on Fight TV. And the pay-per-view is going to be for the first responders, okay?
Awesome.
They're throwing a charity for the first responders because the world has been shit for the last 6 months. I don't know if it's been 6 months. It's been a while, guys. And the first responders are the heroes of the world right now. That's all there is to it. So they are getting a charity show. Synergy Pro Wrestling and Wrestling News World Fight TV. $12.99 pay-per-view, guys. July 11th. It's a month away. We will give more details as time rolls on. Check it out. Fight TV, July 11th. Pre-order now. You can buy it now and be ready. You ain't got to worry about it. It'll be ready to roll. It'll be ready to go. There will be a title match for the main event. That's all I know. I just know it's a title match. And it's going to be good times. Yeah. Definitely going to be good times.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it. We're going to be in the chat watching it. We'll probably end up doing a recap on it.
Right? Why not?
Let's roll. I'm sure Kyle will be down for that.
Yeah.
So, AEW Dynamite from Jacksonville, Florida, again, at the Dailies. Which is cool. Yeah. I like the outdoor setting. Jericho starts out the show showing up for commentary, and he was there all night. It's so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted everybody else to go away. Like, literally, just sorry, guys. nothing personal except for JR. Sorry, JR. You just lost it, bro. Jericho, man. Jericho on commentary is the best thing ever.
He's money. He's money, man. He's so funny.
He's so good.
Yeah. Just talking shit the whole time. He doesn't care. So good.
It's so great. Later on in the show, he's like, Pineapple Pete, I hate that guy.
Yeah. That was awesome. I popped just for that.
That was when Chris Statlander was booping everybody. Excalibur's like, he did get got. She booped him.
Really good stuff. So
we start our show with FTR versus Butcher and Blade. Before this match, before Butcher and Blade was gone, I didn't care for Butcher and Blade. Like, I see them as two old guys just trying to be in a wrestling ring. Like, I mean, no offense, no shade, but that's what I've seen these two guys as. And now they're back, and they're just amazing. Like, they had such a good match with FTR tonight. I do have a question, though. Where's Bunny?
Well, that was Allie. She's been hanging out with QT Marshall. Yes.
Which later on we get that answer. Which we'll save that for when we get to that point.
I actually watched Dark for the first time in a while.
Okay, that's why I was going to say we'll save that. Did she switch up on Dark?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long it's been, but she was definitely with him last night. So
because she's been flirting with him in the crowd. Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Butcher and Blade has been gone for a while. Okay, cool. And then now they come back and all of a sudden Bunny's on. Now, I had planned this talk down the road because we get an interview that gives it away that Bunny is now with QT Marshall. But, like...
Sorry, I didn't mean to give it away.
No, you're fine. So this happened on Dark. I don't like that. I don't watch AEW Dark. I love wrestling, don't get me wrong, but I can't watch wrestling 17 nights a week. Like,
yeah, I know.
So, and Dark up until this point has been wrestling that doesn't bunk the story. But now they had a major shakeup on Dark, and all of a sudden, like on Dynamite here, they expect me to just know what happened. Like,
yeah, no, I hear you.
Like, she's been flirting with him in the crowd, and all of a sudden now she's with him. Like, there's a bridge there that I missed because I don't watch your YouTube show. Now, don't get me wrong. When they bring Dark to TNT, because I know they signed a contract. I don't know if it is TNT. I'll watch it. Okay, now it's on cable. Now they have reason to do things like this. But now it's just a YouTube show, and I don't know. I'm not as mad about it as I was at Cage won the ladder match, but I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, so I didn't know what.
I think they're doing stuff like that on Dark because they're gearing up for it to
be
debut on TNT.
Okay, valid.
So I think they're trying to like just put stuff in there like to attract viewers now, which is sense. Like
basically whatever. Look at guys like me, like, hi, asshole, you gotta watch this shit now. So just so you know, throw it on in the background or something. Do something.
Right.
So we will talk about that a little more in a little bit because we do get an interview that gives this unknown information away, and they just assumed that we knew it happened. Butcher and Blade versus FTR. Now, speaking of not caring about a tag team, I didn't care about the Revival. Nothing wrong with the Revival. I just didn't care about them. WWE didn't make me want to care about them. They were guys that were just thrown in the mix. That's how the WWE's tag division is in the first place for everybody. But I didn't care about the Revival. I care about FTR. Like, they're badasses. The only thing I don't like about FTR is they're about to take out my best friends. That's what they're bleeding into. We all know it's going to happen. I mean, they might throw a wrench and change a curveball. But if you look at logic, the best friends are on top right now, and they're using FTR to fight the Young Bucks and have that little feud. Meanwhile, the best friends are going to do their thing, end up with the titles, and then FTR is going to be like, wait, yo, we want those. And best friends are going to be like, okay, here. And that's what's going to happen. But
we can still believe, though, man. We can still believe. But I think you're probably right about that. I think.
I mean, they very well could change it up down the road, but that's what I see happening.
Yeah, me too.
That's what, me too. That's what logic has. So we got FTR versus Butcher and Blade. This was a good match.
Yeah.
When Cash Wheeler and Blade ended up in the ring together, it was like two bulls just butting heads. And it was so amazing. It was so amazing. They went back and forth, your typical, badasses beating each other up. FTR took the cake with I didn't catch what Excalibur called it, but
I don't remember either, but it was fucking cool. Whatever it was
Jericho says it's a stuffed pile driver. Call it whatever you want. It's a stuffed pile driver. So it's a stuffed pile driver because Jericho is cooler than you guys, and it is what he wants it to be called. So it's a stuffed pile driver. I dig it. I've always been a fan of tag team moves. Like when I was young, the Doomsday Device wasn't that cool, but it was because like, oh my God, they did the thing together. And boom, he's dead. He got pinned. So
the Dudley Death Drop.
Yes,
was the one Dudley for Death me Drop that I loved. Great.
Yes, yes. The Doomsday Device was my little itty bitty childhood, and then the Dudley Death Drop, especially when it was through a table, and
oh my God,
Bubba Ray's putting his thing up like that
so
was definitely good times. I love the tag team moves though; they're so amazing. They start interviewing FTR, and FTR, we're here for, boom, here's the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks come out, and they're basically saying, we're mad because we haven't introduced ourselves yet. We've been talking shit on Twitter to each other for 15 years. We're the reason that your name is FTR, and we are the Young Bucks. We've carried the tag team division for the last decade, and then Butcher and Blade clothesline the Bucks from behind. It was a weak clothesline. Even I noticed. I'm like, no, that was bad. It was a bad sell. It is what it is, but Omega and Page came out, and then Sabian and Havoc came out, and it was a slobber knocker of 15 tag teams beating each other up. 15 tag teams beating each other up. What'd you get out of this? Was there anything?
Nothing other than the fact that like AEW's tag team division is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll give you that one. Who cares who was fighting who? Everybody's fighting everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. and and like, oh my god, the match itself though between Butcher Blade and FTR, it was like this old school fucking smash mouth, I'm gonna just beat the shit out of you kind of a match. It was so good. I loved it.
Chris Jericho mentioned like 4 times that it was a meat and potatoes match, and that's valid, just like you just said. That's what it was. It was nothing special. It was just bulls fucking butting heads for 20 minutes, and it was amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean of course you know the first feud beyond, you know, after they get established, FTR is totally gonna go after the Bucks. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? You know, I want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, please bring it on. But yeah, I mean, there's just
I want them to have that feud though beyond Fyter Fest. Go ahead and drag it on for like a year. That way, they don't put the best friends in their sights, and the best friends can have some gold for a while. And
yeah,
I mean, just saying.
No, I hear you. But goddamn, what a tag division! Yes. What a fucking tag division!
Yes. This might even have been like a secret flex. Like, look what we got and what you
got.
You got guys that are getting arrested every other week and can't be on TV no more.
Oh Jesus!
You got fans that don't even know who have the titles next week, and it's no shade, but it's what you got. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I can't argue with that.
So, following this, we get a Natural Nightmares. That is what it was, right? The Natural Nightmares. That's what they're called.
Yep.
QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. Okay, cool. How long have they been a tag team? Did I miss it? Because I watch this damn show every week. And like,
no, I think that they've had a couple matches on Dark. Honestly, like, I don't think that they've been on Dynamite.
You get exactly where I'm going at.
Yeah.
Why are you doing stuff on Dark? Which, okay, I will leave that one alone. Maybe I should throw it on in the background. Maybe. I don't know. I lead a busy life. I can't watch wrestling 16 nights a week. I'll throw it on the background from now on. Cool. I'll at least listen to it. And then you got Bunny next to QT Marshall wearing the same jacket as QT Marshall, which Bunny looks better in red, white, and blue than black.
Absolutely.
Good times. But out of nowhere, boom, here you go. Bunny's with QT Marshall, and Dustin's like, why is she wearing my family coat? She's a nobody, and blah, 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 blah. Because it happened on Dark. We didn't know what was happening. Now, my bigger gripe. Why are these guys that just became a tag team 10 minutes ago getting a title shot before my best friends? Come on. What are you doing?
Well, the best friends, they're still guaranteed that shot at Fyter Fest.
They're guaranteed a shot. But, like, okay, I promise this will be the last time I complain about AEW's I promise. But it's AEW's fault for making me pay attention to it. Here, best friends, go win a number 1 contenders match. But before you get your shot, there's going to be 15 other guys that get a shot. Why?
Yeah.
Why make
I hear you.
It feels
like, why? It feels weird to me too. It's
freaking weird. Now you can't. Yeah. I will say you can't have it perfect. What AEW is trying to do. Wins matter. Number 1 gets the shot. You can't do it that way because then you're gonna have the same number 1 3 weeks in a row getting a title shot 3 weeks in a row. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get it. But now you're bringing in 2 guys that all of a sudden they're a tag team 10 minutes ago getting a title shot.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
At least have them have a match tonight. A temporary number 1 contenders match. Boom. Okay. At least you did something. I mean, that's just me. I don't know. That will be the last time I complain about AEW. I promise. I promise, because I just realized I am turning into a negative Nancy over their logic, and that's not me.
Mute RN up in here. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I'm gonna get mute RN. So yes, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, the Natural Nightmares, get a title shot next week. I don't think they're gonna win the titles, but maybe they will. Who knows? Moving on, Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida against Penelope Ford and Nyla Rose. I gotta plug JR. I have to do this.
Oh no.
Sheeta lifted Penelope Ford up and put her on the turnbuckle, belly down, like she was about to get F5 by the turnbuckle. That's the only way I can explain it. If you didn't watch the show, she runs forward and gives her this super knee to the stomach. And JR says she gives it to her hard and strong. JR, that's what she said. I had to plug.
I didn't notice that, but zing.
That's exactly what he said too. He gave it to her hard and strong. JR, what are you doing? There's guys like me that watch your show and have podcasts.
Nice. Perfect.
Okay, beyond that comedy, because he did say it, and it was clear as day. He emphasized it in everything. It was like he was subliminally like, who's going to catch this? Ford, like, it was, I don't remember who was Sheeta. I should have wrote down who it was. Whatever. Sheeta or whoever went to do a clothesline, and Ford matrixed the clothesline, and then turned it into a stunner, and that was amazing. The Matrix Stunner. That's a new move. Make it a finisher. That's amazing. Ford ends up with the title in her hand, and she bops Sheeta in the head while the ref isn't looking, and then she pins Sheeta with a perfect plex. So an AEW champ got pinned. Awesome. Cool. It's not every week like another company that we wreck on sometimes. And it was a dirty win. Do we have any dirty wins before this? Like, of this level?
I don't know, man, but it was a really good heel win. You know what I mean?
It really was. I'm sure they've had something that we don't remember because we did pass the year mark of AEW being a thing. Time flies when you're having fun.
Right.
The fact that you had Penelope Ford finally going over, you had your champion getting pinned, and you had a heel move such as the belt to the forehead to get the win while the ref isn't looking. You had 3 levels of escalation in one thing.
Yeah.
I literally got goosebumps right here. Like, I did. It's so amazing. I love what they did with the end of this match. I really do.
Oh, yeah. It was great. And the other thing I really like, too, is it looks like there was some cohesion between Nyla Rose and Penelope Ford, too, you know, which is really cool. Because, like, it felt like Nyla Rose was just kind of like floating around, you know, like after she lost the title, which I mean, I know it's only been like a few weeks or whatever, but like, you know,
you are 100% right. There was a point in the match that I thought she was about to get pinned. I think it was off of Famouser. I think that's what it was. I don't know, but I thought she was about to get pinned, and I thought exactly what you just said. I'm like, man, Nyla's like a bitch now that she lost the belt. She's not strong anymore. Like, I legit thought she was about to take a pin off a damn Famouser. It really looked like it, but she's not what she was, and that kind of makes me sad because she was the perfect beast. Now she's thrown in the mix.
Well, I mean, she hasn't lost a match yet since she's lost the title, but still, it's just like
her wins aren't flex like they were.
Yeah,
it's just another win, and she didn't even win this match. Penelope Ford did.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something that just isn't. There's missing something with her right now. I don't know what it is.
She lost her beastism, and that's exactly what it is. Like, I don't know if they don't know what to do with her, or if it's on purpose, or what. I don't know. But I do have to plug. She won with the perfect plex, which they called it the fisherman suplex. That's what it is, and it reminded me of a time. And those who don't know me, I fire memories like that. I have memories just fire randomly. When I was a kid watching WWF. There was a Mr. Perfect promo talking about I truly am perfect. And he threw a football. And then it fades into the screen. He's in the end zone and he catches the football. He holds the football up. He goes, I truly am perfect. And that made me, like, that memory fired, and it made me happy. I was like, wow. I remember that it was a 13-inch television with the old-school tuner knob, and I was sitting in the bedroom with bunny ears with aluminum foil on the antennas.
Oh, Jesus.
To get WWE Saturday Morning Superstars to tune in or whatever the hell it was that he did it on.
That rules. Oh, my God. Speaking of Perfect Plex, Mr. Perfect, a couple buddies of mine, actually, they were in this like punk band that they called Perfect Plex, and I thought that was kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. When I started playing guitar, the guy that gave me my first guitar, his old school high school band was burnt toast. I was like, I buy burnt toast tickets. That's kind of cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Moving on, Darby Allen, who is apparently not cleared to wrestle, is at the skate park with the legendary Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk tells him, you don't need no doctor's notes to get cleared to skate around here. And Darby Allen is trying to drop in off of a ladder. I'm an old school skater. Dude, you're crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
what a fucking
nuts.
maniac.
But you land something like that, the respect level is through the roof. Now, again, I said it 5 minutes ago. I have memories that fire. I grew up, I spent about 3 years skateboarding. Like, legit, I was trying to be pro. We had a skate team. I was scared of shit, though. Like, it took me, I was just scared of shit. I would have never made it. I was okay, but it took me 3.5 hours to land a simple trick that I was scared of. And I got to plug this story real fast. We were out in a place that's about 3.5 hours away. We went there once a year because it was such a good spot. And it was a bank, okay? And the bank had a parking lot, and then it was a parking brick, and then a 3-foot drop, and then a parking brick. It was a perfect skate spot. It was so good. But there were signs everywhere, no skateboarding here. Why? Because you're going to hurt yourself, and you can sue us. So my buddy jumps, and he tries kickflipping this gap, and I was filming. I had an old school, like, $30 digital camera, and it was trash. But this was before cell phones and stuff. And he kicks the board away and he lands. And he goes, I broke my ankle. I'm like, no, you'd be screaming. I go up and his ankle's popped out of place, sticking out of the bone or sticking out of the skin. And his foot's all crooked and there's blood everywhere. And I was like, don't look at it, man. Don't look at it. And we took him to the hospital and he had surgery and the nurse was hot. And I'll never forget that. His ankle was popped out of place. He's like, I broke my ankle.
That's crazy.
I broke my ankle, bro. I'm like, no, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
He landed the trick too?
No. Like it went completely wrong. When he popped his tail, he kicked the board away right away. And he knew right away that it was failed and he tried saving it, but it just it was a disaster the moment he popped the skateboard. It was, you seen it. It was in my head, slow motion as it happened. And it was, it was bad. So this Darby Allen thing, that's what I seen. I'm like, dude, go big, but go smart, man. You're trying to drop in off a ladder, bro.
Yeah, that ladder was 10 feet high too. I bet onto a freaking incline.
Yes,
yes.
And then what makes it even worse was he landed it, but it was weak. It was I wouldn't have counted it. Me personally, I wouldn't have counted it. The way he landed it, you had no pop on the board. There was no level. You just dropped. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. You didn't pop the board, and that's just me. It's just me. But I don't know. It is what it is.
Hey, I'm not surprised he does crazy shit like that, though. I mean, to be honest with you, the coffin drop is the scariest wrestling move I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. It's so
amazing. It's so amazing.
It is amazing.
But it does make me happy that they plugged his actual skateboarding in, because I have wondered, does he actually skate?
Yeah, he's a pro skater, or he was before.
Okay, I didn't know he was pro. I just thought he skated and was good at it. Really? Okay, that's cool. That makes me happy.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I think they said that one of the first times he was on any of the events last summer or whatever. But I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I thought I remembered him saying it because that's why he always rides the skateboard and shit,
right. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, because to do what he did, you can't teach that in a year of AEW just to get a promo out of it. You can't know. You can't give him a board and say you're going to work on this trick only. No, there's levels to get to freaking dropping in off of a ladder. So he's definitely got some oomph behind him, and it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that was nasty.
I hope to get more of this. I really, truly do. There's actually a text message service that a lot, some celebrities are using it. I'm sure it's computer based. It sends a text message to your phone. I'm sure they type something on the computer, and it sends it to all the registered phone numbers as a text message. And I have Tony Hawk and I have Lindsey Sterling, and he just kind of texts skateboarding stuff and shit about the world, benefits going on and whatever. And it was actually one day, it was a text saying, I'm going to be at a skate park in Detroit if you want to come see. So I'm sure he set that one to give this one the locations in Detroit, nobody else. That's kind of cool.
Right. That's awesome.
There's little things like that. Like I knew 3 hours before the rest of the world that the Tony Hawk video games were getting remade. Because he's like, yeah, the text message service is getting it before the rest of the world. And then like three hours later, Twitter blew up. I'm like, I already knew. Y'all slow.
By the way, I'm stoked about those games.
Yes,
I'm stoked.
I'm going to drop into the warehouse so hard.
Yep,
Oh, Tony Hawk 2 wasn't even that good. I'm going to play one a day. They had the pre-order for $100 and you get a skateboard deck with it. I almost did it, but I was like, no. I don't need it. No
Jesus, that's like the cost of a skateboard deck, honestly.
No, decks are like $60 for a good one.
Oh, are they? Okay. Yeah, well, back when I was a kid,
so you can get a full board for $100.
Yeah,
well,
you're right.
Right. Back when I was a kid, so now it's probably more.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to the wrestling promotion that we're promoting here. We're not here to promote Tony Hawk and his 900. Britt Baker promo. It made me sad because it was short and sweet and to the point. Respect me because I'm a doctor and I'm Britt Baker and I'm better than you. And that was all we got.
Yep.
That was all we got. So they umphed her up to have better promos and then they just cut me a 20-second cheese spot of what we already know.
Yeah, it was what it was. I mean, I think it's I love the fucking wheelchair and shit though. That's so goddamn funny. Like
I want to see her tag with her stylist.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's roll. Like watch her be like this awesome wrestler and all of a sudden they have like they're the first women's tag champs or something.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'd be down for that. For sure. For sure.
I forgot to feed my fish and they're looking at me.
Well, so, by the way, that picture that you sent in the last Discord, I don't know if you saw, but the dude from Botch Finish was nice like, fish. What's this fish all about?
Nice fish, question mark.
Yeah.
They're both looking at me. Oh, my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to get you after the show, I promise. Okay, Santana and Ortiz and Jack Hager versus the best tag team in the history of all time ever. The best friends.
And Orange Cassidy.
Yes, and Orange Cassidy.
The baddest man on the planet.
Yes, this is exactly why. Like, this match came about because Jericho was like, I want the baddest man on the planet. And here comes Orange Cassidy. So they have a tag team match because of it this week. Inner Circle jumps fast. Like, they didn't even get the bell off. Inner Circle jumps them. Ortiz took a shot from he took a spear from Trent outside. That was worth noting because that was absolutely amazing.
Oh, it was nasty. It was nasty.
Cassidy gets a roll-up win, though, and the best friends are just still soaring. Like, it's so amazing. Mm-hmm. And then they get jumped. Jericho leaves commentary, and they jump Orange Cassidy. They beat up Trent and Chuck E. Cheese so that they can't help their boy, and they bust out a bag of blood oranges. Yes. Do more things like this. Let's roll. They beat his ass with a bag of oranges because he is Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed. He ended up bleeding, though. He was bleeding from his ear. I don't know if that was fake or not. It probably was, but AEW is good at making things look not fake.
Right.
So he's getting thunked and he's bleeding everywhere and there's freaking orange juice flowing everywhere. Jericho eats an orange. He just eats the peel and all and he's spitting it all over the ring. And he gets on the mic and says, Blood Orange Cassidy has got juiced.
Dude, that was the best moment of the night. That was so goddamn funny.
Jericho I was like, thank you. Is so good at what he does. It's so good. He was wrecking on my boys, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, I don't give a shit if you don't like AEW. If you don't like Chris Jericho, you're stupid.
Yes.
You fucking suck. Like, he still has it. He's still so good. Like, there's nobody better right now, I don't think, at talking trash on the mic, maybe.
There's really not. And he stays so consistent with it. Like, out of nowhere, Pineapple Pete, I hate him. I thought the Pineapple Pete thing was done, but it's not. Because he stopped wearing the Pineapple Pete Hawaiian shirts and everything.
Right.
Still going. Jericho is absolutely amazing at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of somebody else being amazing at what they do, here goes MJF on a promo. I'm number one contender. I've been number one contender for 3 weeks. Ain't nobody beat me in 37 years. I'm number one. I should get a title shot. And pow, here comes Billy Gunn in his face saying, I'm the great white shark. And MJF criticizes his son, saying, how many sons are you going to bring to the show to look stupid? And that was that. They almost fought each other. And it led to later on this night, they mentioned Billy Gunn against MJF next week.
Yes. I think it was going to be a tag match.
Was it a tag match? No.
Yeah, because
I could be wrong, but the way the promo was set up, the managers were smaller. You get what I'm saying? Like when it's a tag team match, the two wrestlers are the same size, but Billy Gunn's son was smaller and Wardlow was smaller.
Yeah. I maybe you're right. Maybe I heard it wrong, but I thought it was going to be a tag match with Wardlow and Billy Gunn's son too. But whatever. Either way, I'm hyped for either one of those things after tonight. You know.
Let's use the power of Google and see if I can find anything.
But yeah, MJF, and not only that,
it could be. I don't know. I just said I want to dig deeper. I thought I could Google it right away, but I didn't find my answer, so I gave up. But yeah,
I mean, I thought MJF made a lot of really good points, honestly, because like I've been thinking that too. I was like, Jesus, man, he has been like just killing it lately. He I don't know that he's lost a match since he's been in AEW. Honestly,
he lost one match, and it was a fatal 4-way, and he didn't get pinned. He didn't get pinned, so it counts, but it doesn't. Now, I swear I remember, if anybody's listening to this on YouTube, comment below. I swear one time he said he doesn't care about the titles. I could be wrong, but I swear to God, he mentioned I'm the best here, I'm number one, but I don't care about the titles. I could be wrong, but I think that is a thing that happened.
Maybe. I mean, that sounds like something he would say. So
Right. Because he doesn't need the title. He's one of the baddest dudes in AEW. He doesn't need the title.
Right. Plus, he has Wardlow having his back.
Yes.
What more does he need to do?
Which they started planting seeds of a flip, and then I haven't seen anything of it since. Which, if that's a slow cook, that's a major slow cook. Real.
Yeah. Because it was like all that happened was like the week that they had that Battle Royal or whatever a couple weeks ago. That was it.
Yes.
Which I'm into him turning on Wardlow or Wardlow turning on him. Yes. Don't get me wrong, but like
I think Wardlow's ready to be his own thing. Like I'm down with Wardlow, especially when Wardlow put on that match with freaking Cody Rhodes and took a moonsault off of the top of a cage and sold the hell out of it like he did.
Yeah,
I'm down for more.
No, that was a great match. Yeah. But yeah. I would be totally down for that, and I think it would absolutely make sense for Wardlow to turn on Cody MJF at some point.
Because MJF it'd be a heel move. Oh, MJF did what he usually does, but Wardlow came out of the dark and beat his boy up. Now he's a singles guy. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm down for it.
Exactly.
So, speaking of being down, next we have somebody I am not down for. Colt Cabana versus Sammy Guevara. I don't get Colt Cabana. I don't understand how he's a thing. Even his entrance music is stupid. Like, Colt Cabana, boom, boom. And you know me, I'm into dumb shit. But that's beyond me, man. Like,
I don't know. I don't hate him. I'm not sold on him by any stretch of the imagination.
I don't understand it.
You know? I was more into when he was like hanging out with like SCU and shit like that. I thought that was a lot cooler, but whatever. I mean, maybe they just don't know what to do with him yet. You know what I'm saying? He's just, and it definitely feels like, Dark Order is probably in his future,
Which
so we'll see.
We've seen that tonight. We definitely seen that tonight. Sammy Guevara comes out on his Hit Me Up Mobile, which is the knee thing that Jericho gave him at the pep rally.
Yeah.
And when he came out, I'm like, wait a second, how is he wrestling? He's hurt. But he wasn't. He's just hanging around on his gift that he got from his homeboy Chris Jericho, just using it like he needs it, but he doesn't. Cool.
Yeah.
That's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm into it
all day. They go back and forth, average match, nothing major, nothing worth noting, in my opinion. Sammy gets the win, and Colt Cabana sitting in the corner of the ring, looking all disappointed. Pow! Here comes Dark Order. Everybody in Dark Order.
Stu Grayson and goddamn Evil Uno too.
Yes,
finally made their return.
Yes, the whole crew.
Yeah,
and then here comes Brody Lee, looking all badass like he does, and Marshall ends up falling. I got Marshall in here. Colt Cabana. This ain't QT Marshall. This is Colt Cabana. He follows them into the locker room, and out comes Matt Hardy. Interrupts Sammy Guevara's music, tells Guevara he's not here to start a beef. He has no problem with him. He's here to respect him because he does what he needs to do. He grinds just like the Hardy Boys used to do. And then he tells him to get away from Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is holding him down. Guevara basically tells him, screw you. You don't need to tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And pow, Matt Hardy turns into broken Matt Hardy. And then he starts talking shit to Guevara, and he says, I'm going to whoop your ass. You done messed up. And Guevara gets out of the ring, and Matt Hardy goes, delete.
So good.
I didn't see the Matt Hardy. And Kyle, I hope you hear this one. I didn't see the broken Matt Hardy when he was broken. The only Matt Hardy I ever seen was the Attitude Era Tables, Ladders, Chairs Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I didn't understand the broken Matt Hardy. Tonight, I understood the broken Matt Hardy, and I'm all about it. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing that was so cool about it is that he like changed characters like that. You know what I mean? It was like, holy shit.
In an instant. And I needed that to understand the broken Matt Hardy. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Like, yeah, it's so good. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
It was so
absolutely.
Good. So I think they're planting seeds for Hardy and Guevara. Because I mean, didn't last week when he was talking about Hardy Party or whatever, he walked by Guevara? Was that who he walked by?
Yeah, I think when they were like leaving the bar or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, plus, like, I mean, Matt Hardy was the first one to slam into Guevara with the golf cart too. So there's that.
Yes, you're right. I'm glad you said that because I didn't put it in the notes. Guevara basically told him, screw you because you tried to kill me twice. And Matt Hardy basically said, it's not my fault. I'm a good driver.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Matt Hardy is a genius, man.
So
it was.
But
yeah, you know, I didn't know Matt Hardy except for like the Attitude Era either. Like, I didn't know he was so goddamn good at cutting promos. Like, I knew he was a maniac in the ring and would just, like, kill himself if he needed to. Right. Like, that dude he's a genius, man.
He's out there calling him Sammy, and then all of a sudden he snaps, and he's like, Samuel. Like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was awesome.
So that segment was definitely amazing. I think they're slow cooking him and Guevara. They're probably going to end up fighting at Fyter Fest. I don't know what can end up being on the line except for it's just a normal match, but I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah. I'm definitely about it. Joey Janela promo. And this dude makes a good point. He's at the bar drinking because his life has gone downhill. When's the last time we seen Joey Janela do anything in AEW other than a promo?
He was in that ladder match at Double or Nothing.
Oh, that's right, he was.
But he replaced somebody though too, if I remember correctly. Who was it? Somebody got hurt and they couldn't go, and he replaced them like last minute. But he was good in that match. Like, I enjoyed the spots that he was in.
He was, but I forgot he was there. So I mean, this promo kind of. He's at the bar drinking, and he basically says, I'm reflecting on my life because I was main eventing with John Moxley in a non-sanctioned match. It doesn't count because it was such a damn good match and we killed each other so much it didn't count. And now I'm at the bar drinking because I'm nothing. I don't get matches. And he's walking down the sidewalk reflecting on his life, and he gets in the car with Sonny. Who is Sonny? Who is this? Do we know her?
Well, it's a dude.
Is it? I thought that was a female.
It's a dude. No. He's definitely very effeminate, so I can understand why you thought that. But like, yeah, he's a gay guy.
No shade.
Actually.
And if anybody's listening, no shade. I thought it was a female.
Yeah. No. I totally get the like how you could make that mistake. So I'm not trying to call you an asshole.
So I'm going to turn this into props, no, I'm just kidding. Because they whoever did this is obviously doing that on purpose. So. Good job.
But no, Sonny Kiss hasn't been on TV very much. I think there was that big like battle royal. He was in that the battle royal for the contendership for the TNT thing a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Okay.
But the only time I remember seeing him, other than on Dark, honestly, was at Fyter Fest last year. So he hasn't been around very much.
I can't even think. Yeah. Yeah. So, yes, anybody listening, no shade. I thought it was a female. I apologize. That's cool. Do you? I mean, that's awesome. And apparently we're going to have a tag team. I mean, maybe that's what they're trying to plant here. Janella and Sonny Kiss, tag team champs.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I think pairing the two of them together will really help both of them, honestly. Because, I mean, like, Janella's right. I mean, what has he done? You know, maybe he just needs somebody like that is kind of on the outside too, and they can kind of play off of each other like that, you know? So I'm into it. Help both of them out, you know?
Right. I mean, bring more. I'm all about more. The more the merrier. So bring another tag team in. That's cool. I mean, we have a lot of tag teams, but they're doing it right. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing.
Well, and I think too with like the whatever mid-card belt or whatever however you're supposed to think about the TNT championship, like more guys in general, I think are just a good idea, you know, because you know you do definitely have like the top guys, but like how many of them are there? 4 or 5, you know, 6 maybe. So like you need dudes like Joey Janela, Sonny Kiss, you know what I mean, to kind of fill in that mid card, and I think that's exactly where they belong, and I think that it's good opportunity for both of them.
Well said. You went crazy logical right there, bro. You don't do that very often.
No.
Right on.
Well,
it all made sense. I'm definitely about it, though. I definitely want to see where this goes. Following this, speaking of top guys, we have our AEW champion, Jon Moxley, cutting a killer promo, just like he always does, every single time. He says he can't wait to pop Cage's head like a pimple, which I can't wait to happen either, because Cage has been tainted for me. He won the ladder match that he shouldn't have won. He could be the best wrestler in the world, and it could be against the law to hate him, and I would still hate him because he's Johnny Cage, and he shouldn't have won the ladder match. He shouldn't have done it. Taz comes up and distracts Mox after Mox says, oh, Cage is running around with Taz trying to scare me. You got my attention. I'm going to get you, pop your head like a pimple. Taz distracts him, and Cage gets Moxley from behind. Why does Taz have to distract Jon Moxley? Because Jon Moxley would F Cage up. So you got to distract him and get his attention off of him for Cage to get the upper hand, because he's weak and he's not really that strong. You would have got if Taz wasn't there, Cage. I'm just saying.
Agreed. It's all steroids.
Yes,
Brian Cage is all steroids.
Yes. I was at a Tigers game one time against real fast. It was against the Blue Jays, and it was Jose Bautista played left field, and I had left field seats, and it was around the time that it was rumored that Jose Bautista was using steroids. So the whole game I chanted "Juicy Juice." I'm such an ass.
That's the whole point of sitting in left field, though.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. He never. Another random memory. I used to play softball. And there was this team, and the name of the team was Off in Left Field. So that way, when we won, we beat Off in Left Field.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That rules.
The little things in life. So Cage is beating up Jon Moxley, beating the shit out of him because Cage got the upper hand because Taz distracted him. That's the only reason Cage had the upper hand. Taz tells Cage to stop. You done beat him up. You proved your point. And Cage says, screw you. I'm going to throw him into a car window. And he does so, and he walks away. This match is going to be amazing.
Yeah. The build is getting good, man.
Yes. We're still like, 2 months away? And they still have like 8 shows to fill? Let's go.
What's that?
We're like 8 months. Like 2 months away, right? Or is it 1 month away?
Well,
yeah,
this is at Fyter Fest, so like it's like the beginning of next month.
Okay, so we're a month away. So we have 4-ish more shows to build. You have my attention. You're built. You can have the match right now, and it'd be built.
Yeah,
but they still have 4 more to go. Let's do this.
Yeah, because like I think Fyter Fest is July 1st and then July 8th, so they have that would make 3 or 4 weeks to do stuff. You know, depending on what day that match is going to be, which I would imagine it'd probably be the main event of the second night. Yes. That's just my guess.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be your main boo. It can't not be your main boo.
Yeah.
Unless they want to say, "Oh, sorry, Cage, we shouldn't have had you be where you're at. You shouldn't have won a ladder match. So we're gonna demote you to first night pre-show, and you're gonna lose in 2 minutes."
You're losing to Marq stunt.
You just found the only time I would cheer for Marq stunt.
Nice.
So Mox is slammed into the car window, and we have more build, just like we just said. Moving on to our main event. Quen versus Cody. Marq Quen.
There was one more match, wasn't there, before the main event?
Was there? I don't have it in notes. Did I screw up?
Was it? Oh no! I'm sorry. No. Shut up. Tell me to shut up. I was wrong.
Okay, you better be, because I work hard on my notes. I make sure.
No. I'm getting it mixed up because I actually watched Dark earlier today.
Okay. Oh,
so
okay. Word.
So there was. So never mind. I'm being a dumbass.
Like, my notes may not be in depth, but my orders of what happened are on point.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So we had Marq Quen of, I almost said Street Profits. Marq Quen of Private Party against Cody. So, since you watched Dark, is there any reason we have this match? Or did they just... it just happened?
Well, I mean, they announced it last week on Dynamite.
Did they? Okay. Okay.
I think it's just like the open challenges that Cody said. So Marq Quen just must have, responded to that. That's the only thing and that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense to me.
Right. That's leading me to, though, I want to see it, though. Like, I'm all about the open challenge, but I want to see Marq Quen at least be in the chair in the back. Cut a 7-second promo. Cody, I want a shot. There you go. There's your promo. That's why this match happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Done.
I agree.
I promised I wouldn't bitch anymore. That's not bitching. That's just giving an opinion of what I want to see.
Yes.
Because, like, the open challenge, I'll give it a little more oomph as to why it's happening.
Yeah.
It's cool, but I mean, yeah. No, it's not as bad as, this guy, I don't know who he is, leapfrogging the entire division, winning a title shot out of nowhere.
The Brian Cage shade is real on this show.
Really
Holy
is,
shit.
Man, it bugged me. I was talking to somebody in the Destiny community the other day, and they're like, "Oh, you have a wrestling podcast?" And then they basically asked me what kind of fan I am, and I was like, "I don't care about anything. Anything makes me happy." I was like, "But there was this one time I was legit mad," and that was it. Like, I was legit mad. Like, even when Lacey Evans lost her chance at the title at WrestleMania because it was Sasha Banks' backstabber, I was mad, but I was kayfabe mad.
Right.
Brian Cage, I was mad. Screw you. So, moving on to our title match, I will leave Cage alone. JR said it had a 60-minute time limit. JR, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro? What are you doing? I looked at
that was a bad botch.
And I almost texted you guys. I was like, wait, Kev, like, did they add an hour tonight? Like, what am I doing?
I was thinking the same thing for a second, too. I was like, wait a minute. And I think Shivani corrected him. I think, or maybe it was Excalibur. I can't remember. But one of them corrected him about it, and I was like, oh, okay. It's just JR being old, like,
right. Bro, I respect you, man, but at least he's not as bad as Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry was just cringe. JR is just bad.
Yes.
There's a difference.
oh yeah, a way big difference, because I lost like respect for Jerry Lawler.
Yes.
Like when I have not lost respect for JR. I'm just like, come on, you know.
I have to plug it real fast because this time it wasn't Shivani's fault, but Shivani did it. Just like they always do. We're going to commercial, but it's going to be a picture-in-picture. We promise we're not leaving you. And then there was 10-second dead silence.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that, too, because it was awkward. I was like, wait. I even said out loud after, like, my girlfriend was watching with me for a while, so I was just out in the living room all by myself. I was like, I guess they're not going to commercial then? Like, I was like, damn.
And then Excalibur tried fixing it. And then they went to picture-in-picture.
Yeah. That was pretty awful. I don't
mean to plug the botch, but it's there. Come on.
It was funny. Like, it made me laugh.
It's because it happens all the time. I expect it now. Like, we're going to picture-in-picture. I bet you're not $5.
Maybe
$5
maybe they're
you're not.
Maybe they're doing it on purpose, and they're just like laughing at us, being like, it's a work, you dumbass
podcast tonight. Let's see what they say. I'm fucking assholes.
That's my story. That's my story.
It sounds good to me. So we had an energetic match. Cody's matches are always energetic. And Cody is so good at getting his ass whooped and letting his opponent go over until the end.
Yeah.
Quen is doing flipsy-doos over the top rope onto the floor like he didn't hurt his knee 2 weeks ago. Or at least almost hurt his knee. Like you could have ruined your career, and here you are 2 weeks later. Oh, another flipsy-do. That's awesome. So much respect.
No, I thought he blew his knee out.
Yes.
Like a couple weeks ago. Like I was like, oh shit, he's gonna be gone for at least a year. That he tore his ACL or something.
Right. It's
but
crazy.
He's back and he's fucking killing it. So good for him, man.
He popped a 450 splash on the Cody on the ramp. I mean, oh my God, he's so good. But he wasn't good enough because he tries a sick moonsault and Cody moved out of the way, said psych, put the calf crusher on him, and Quen tapped out.
Yeah.
Cody retains the TNT title. It's funny, since it's an open challenge and he's defending it every week, I instantly thought of Goldberg. Who's next?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know
I
who's
hear
next. And it would have been, just like I said earlier, leading from he could have been in a chair, cut a 5-second promo. Cody, I'm next. Boom. Okay, now we know who's next. Do it right now. Do it right now as the match ended. They waited a minute. They did, say who his next challenger is. But, like, I thought that for a minute. I'm like, boom. The match just ended. Cody won. And all of a sudden they cut backstage and they bring out his next contender.
Yeah, I thought that was really...
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might be thinking too hard about it, but...
I thought it was really cool how they set up the match for next week. Or, well, they set it up for
Fighter Fest. Which... So Jack Hager comes out and jumps Cody. Hardy pops out, and the Inner Circle pops out. Chaos in the ring. All hell is broken loose. Everybody's fighting everybody, and it ended up being like you just said, Jack Hager and Cody are fighting for the TNT title at Fighter Fest, which means you have 4 more-ish challenges before Fighter Fest that Cody's gonna win.
Yeah. At least 3. At least 3.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4. Whatever. I'm not, whatever the date is, however many Dynamites we have left, let's say that. Now our answer isn't wrong. He's going to lose.
Yep.
Unless they just don't do the challenges. Unless they throw a curveball and he does lose it and then, Hager fights somebody else. But who wants to see Hager and somebody else? We want to see Hager and Cody.
Right.
So,
yeah, who knows? I can't imagine Cody's going to lose the belt before Fighter Fest. I think that would be a mistake, honestly.
And there's me doing what I said I wasn't going to do again and looking at freaking logic. Come on, AEW. You guys ruined me, man. I used to not do this. I used to not do these things.
Jeez.
So that was our Dynamite. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I could see him, losing the belt to Hager, though, at Fighter Fest. However, I don't see him losing on a, Dynamite. That's all.
Right. But at the same time, it's an open challenge every week. And when you lose the title on your weekly programming, it's ratings.
No,
it's just a TNT title. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he better be defending that goddamn title every week until Fighter Fest.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Like I said, I could see him losing it there, especially like if he really does, defend it every week, because it'd be an easy storyline to be like, well, Cody was gassed from like 5 title defenses in a month or some fucking crazy thing like that, So I'm into that,
Valid. So that was your Dynamite. It was a solid show, front to back, start to finish. There was no boring moments, especially Darby Allen dropping in off a freaking ladder.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, it's funny because I didn't actually watch this, but I saw it somewhere. He apparently hung out with Tony Hawk, like, I don't know, all weekend or something. And he was doing like other stunts and shit. And apparently he like jumped out of a fucking hotel window. Darby Allen did or some shit, just like whiling, being crazy. So that wasn't the only thing he did with Tony Hawk either.
That's good times.
Yeah. He's a nutcase, Darby Allen.
He really is, man. He really is. It's good times. It made It made me think of, I mentioned earlier watching him skate. It reminded me of my old days. Speaking of hanging out with people, I'll never forget this moment. I got to plug it real quick. Again, my mind fires memories. We built a ramp out of a piece of wood and a cinder block that we found in a parking lot in some bushes. And it worked. And it worked so well. We skated this thing for 9.5 hours. Okay, 9.5 hours. And all I did off of 9.5 hours was kickflipped off of it. That's all I did. And I couldn't do it. I got goosebumps again right here. I mean, I wish I could show them on my camera. I'll never forget this moment. You said what fired it was you said hanging out with somebody. There was 7 of us. We skated this thing for 9.5 hours. I was trying to kickflip it. I got scared. Tried to kickflip it. I got scared. Tried to kickflip it. I got scared. I kept kicking my board away. And then my buddy was like, okay, you're going to get it this time. We got you. And he got the other 6 of my buddies on the sides of the ramp. And as I went up, they all started tapping their boards. And I was like, oh my God. Nice. Oh my God. And I fucking nailed it.
Nice.
I got goosebumps right now thinking of the energy that they gave me just tapping their boards. I'm like, oh my God. It was
that rules.
It was so good.
That rules. We actually made we made a quarter pipe one time out of a bunch of just old shitty wood. Nice. And we just like had it like on the street in my house, like by my house. I mean, I'm from like a little tiny town, so like there wasn't like much traffic, you know what I mean? But like, oh my God, we used to get that thing out. We tear it up all summer long, man. It was crazy.
That's good. Yeah. I definitely miss my skateboard days, but then I turned 18 and lost insurance. That's what kind of when
Well, I turned like 25-ish or so and got fat and like chicken wings too much. So, you know.
I do still have my last board though. Funny story. I sold it for $70. And then a week later, I was like, shit, that's the end of my childhood. Like I want my board. And they were like $140. And I gave them $140 and I got my fucking board back and it's in my shed. $140. $140. I'm like, you're an asshole, but here.
You're an asshole. But
I want it back.
my childhood is worth $140.
It's still in there. My Motor City Gold blank deck.
Nice.
So that's our show. Thank you guys for listening. I do want to plug it one more time because I have the lineup. I have it right here in front of my face, so I may as well read it, right? July 11th, Wrestling News World and Synergy Pro Wrestling present For the First Responders. Main event, Alex Zane will face Blake Christian in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Who will come out on top? I love Iron Man matches. My favorite match of all time is Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 12. 60 minutes wasn't enough. They went into overtime. The match wasn't that hype, but that was my first WrestleMania, and it was, nostalgia.
Right on.
And they went into overtime. 60 minutes wasn't enough for these two? Jesus Christ. 2 GSI tournament qualifier matches. Tony Dreppen versus JD Drake and LSG versus Jordan Oliver. Also in the lineup, this is subject to change, by the way. That's wrestling. A Frightmare on Pratt Street. Frightmare and Decine Pratt's confrontation.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who that is, but I want to see them confront each other. Whoop each other's ass. Let's go.
Yeah, sounds interesting to me, man.
Eric Corvus versus Brandon Kirk, number 1 contenders match. Matt McTavish. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Matt. Oh, I fucking botched that hard. McIntosh versus Francis Kip Stevens. Apostles of Chaos versus MV Young and Jason Sinclair. Kit Osborne versus Alex Remain and Mike Dell. Tune in. Watch on Fight. I thought that was another match. That's why I didn't change my voice, but tune in. $12.99 on Fight TV, July 11th. We will be watching, and I can almost guarantee Smack Raw Podcast will have a recap show.
Yeah. A lot of matches, too. Holy shit. I didn't realize how many were on the card. Good times.
And shit, you got a confrontation. And this is just in text. You got me like, oh, shit. What are they going to confront each other for? Imagine it being like actual video. Let's go.
Yeah, like a promo or some shit.
So thank you guys for listening. I think we hit our hour mark, hour-ish, somewhere around there. Thank you guys for listening. Hit us up on Twitter. I forgot to plug it earlier. 2 words, can't see me, the letter C. Kevin Crazy 316 and at Smacked Raw Pod. Thank you guys for listening. We're out of here.
Peace.